How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 27th of August 2021. Before I go into the analysis, I just want to quickly say my channel is slowly growing, and I appreciate obviously all the support, people that comment. But for those of you who aren't subscribed to the channel, or you just kind of come across these videos randomly, I'd really appreciate if you like the content. If you give subscribe to the channel, give the videos a thumbs up. It really helps, and obviously this word algorithm gets thrown around a lot, the YouTube algorithm, so I don't know, I thought if I mention it a few times in my videos, maybe I can hit the 100,000 or 200,000 subscriber mark, and that can validate my existence. So with that said, today we're going to be discussing CHSB, but I also want to be talking about opportunities and why price really doesn't matter. People tend to get caught up on price quite a lot. For example, if you're in at 91, which is the current price, it's like when's it going to go to, say, 190? Okay, and once it gets there, people are talking about other sets of prices, or if it goes down, they're thinking, okay, now's a great opportunity to buy. But the reality is price really doesn't matter. What matters is the opportunity. Okay, as CHSB is going to continue to grow and go up, and this applies to all asset classes and all cryptocurrency stocks, forex, whatever. You create different ranges. Okay, so for example, and we'll use CHSB obviously. Let's say that you got in at 10 cents. Okay, and price goes all the way up here, and you're like, great, and you're making a shit ton of money. Okay, fantastic, that's great. And then now we're all the way sort of back down here, and price is at 40 cents, and you're thinking, I had, now I don't. Instead of thinking, I got in down here at 10, so being up 30 cents on my position is still fantastic. Yeah. So everything's about a perspective and the way that you look at things, and we're not talking about price in the sense that we are trying to understand the mechanics of the way price is being delivered to give us a good indication as to where we want to be putting our money, the best spots to be picking up, accumulating more, so on. This is different. This is about analyzing the marketplace. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages from Discord. But this is about analyzing the marketplace. Okay, it's not about the actual opportunity. So when you look at CHSB, all right, let's say that the projection for CHSB is $5. Okay, and we're currently sitting at 91. Isn't this a great opportunity to be buying CHSB? Yeah, of course it is. At $3, knowing, and we're going to go on the assumption that we know CHSB is going to hit $5. Yeah, let's just assume that it's going to go to $5. And price is currently sitting at $3. Isn't that a great opportunity to buy? Of course it is. Yeah. The only opportunity really that wouldn't be one, or the only spot really where you wouldn't really want to be considering taking a trade or an investment, on CHSB in this example of $5 would be something like $4.80 or $4.50, something like that, because you kind of missed the whole thing, all right? But that has absolutely nothing to do with price. The end destination is what we're interested in. We look at Bitcoin, for example, and we say Bitcoin's currently at 48,322. Okay, fantastic, great, okay. Well, if the projection on Bitcoin is $100,000, okay, which many people believe it's going to get there, myself included, then wouldn't it make sense to continue to accumulate Bitcoin, because you're still going to make money along the way, all the way up to a cap of, say, 90,000, because that last 10,000 will still make you money, right? And then kind of stop. So let's say we'll go into a little bit more in-depth detail with this. Let's say you pick up CHSB right now at 91 and it rips to 140. You're currently in profit, everything's looking great. Then it starts to dip to 120, 110, $1, and around about 95. So you're up about 5 cents and you practically break even, right? Well, what just happened? People fail to realize that we've just had movement. Something's just happened. So if you're currently in at 91 and price just did all of that and then kind of pulled back, we've just created another leg up. another round of accumulation, another round of distribution, buys, sells, trading, investing. People are moving CHSB around, okay? So something's happened. Price is irrelevant in this case. We don't have to worry too much about where price has gone because it's only reflected in our P&L. If we weren't in CHSB, it wouldn't really make a difference whether price is at 140 or 91 or 110, 120, 180, 190. It's irrelevant because you're not in it. The only reason that price is relevant to us in that moment is because it is reflected in a negative or a positive balance in our P&L, and we can physically see it and we say, okay, I'm up money or I'm down money. My portfolio's value is XXX, right? So the understanding of price from a holistic point of view, based on opportunity that is there in that moment, has to be understood from this context, where we're trying to find the opportunity and we're not really too fussed about the actual price. Let's say, to kind of go into this a little bit more, let's say you're in at 91, price rips to all-time highs and hits this 197 that I'm quite fond of mentioning all the time. So it hits 197, everything's looking great, and you're not really bothered about the money that you're making or what is going on with CHSB. Your only concern is accumulating the actual token and getting as much as you can for upcoming features like the IFO launchpad and so on, right? Because you want to be able to capitalize on an opportunity when it comes to stake some of your CHSB to get a reward through the IFO launchpad, okay? Price is irrelevant to you. You're just concerned about the accumulation of CHSB coins or tokens so you can utilize those as more services and incentives are added to the Swissborg Wealth app. Yeah. Once again, price is irrelevant to you personally. Price in this example ceases to really be a parameter for your investment strategy or success because you're only concerned about accumulating CHSB coins. Yeah. Now, if you're interested in taking CHSB, for example, from 90 cents to say 130, and you believe that that's possible, then grabbing, as much CHSB or as many CHSB tokens as you can at 90 and then getting out at 130 makes sense if that is your trading strategy, because this is a trade, it's not an investment. Yeah, an investment is something completely different, as we've established through many smart talks and lots of discussions through the chats and everything else. People know, we know, we're not silly, we know there's a big difference between trading and investing. So with that said, if that was your goal, then 90 to 130, that's a great 40 cents gain, depending on how many CHSB tokens you accumulated up to that point to then sell as a trade, then you would make the difference and happy days. So that would mean that price is important to you based on just that one movement from 90 to say 130. But in the bigger scheme of things, it's irrelevant, because if you were to take a trade from 130 to 160, you've still made 30 cents. If you were to take a trade from 140 to 170, you've still made 30 cents. If you were to take a trade, from 60 to 90, you've still made 30 cents. If you were to take a trade, assuming that CHSB starts to hit, some nice numbers like $5, $6, $7 or whatever, and you took a trade from $7.20 to $7.60, you've just made, $7.50, you've just made the same 30 cents. And as long as you are accumulating or trading with the same amount of CHSB tokens, you will still make the same amount of money, right? So there's something else to take into consideration, and I'll throw this in as a side note, and that is when price becomes more expensive, the volatility becomes a little bit more aggressive. So, trading patterns, flows, volumes, and so on CHSB at 90 cents will look completely different when it gets to say $5. It's going to be a lot different. The way it trades will be a lot different. The way it moves will be a lot different, and so on. So we have to factor this in, because obviously the larger the price, the easier it is to get more movement, but obviously the more you have to put in to get the same amount back. Yeah, so there's a lot of variables to take into consideration, but what I'm trying to really sort of emphasize is, price doesn't really matter. Yeah, and in fact, it's not doesn't really matter. Price actually does not matter. Okay. Especially if you are invested, to use the CHSB token as a utility, or to take advantage of the utilities. Price really doesn't matter to you per se. Okay, what matters to you is to be able to have enough CHSB tokens to distribute them around the wealth app into the various projects or whatever's going to be available at the time, to make sure that you can capitalize on as many of these projects as you can. Right? This has got nothing to do with price. Obviously, the only thing about price there is that you will get less CHSB tokens if the price is more. Yeah, for the same amount of money. Obviously, this is just basic math. But the reality is, price really doesn't matter to you. And in some of the other examples that I've given today, the opportunity is what matters. Is Swissborg or Swissborg's CHSB a great opportunity? Yes, it is. At these levels, yeah, absolutely, still is. Not financial advice, but it's very cheap at the minute. When we start to see numbers like $2, $3, $4, we have to reassess and figure out where discount is. In terms of the relative behavior of what it's doing, the ranges, the average daily and weekly ranges, and so on. These are things that we just have to wait to unfold over time, because we simply haven't gotten there yet. But I hope that through this sort of short video, I've given you guys something to think about. Opportunity is the most important thing, in the equation. Price really is irrelevant, and being able to kind of sidetrack that price issue and focus on the opportunity that's in front of you allows you to be able to do your due diligence with an objective view, and without emotion, and to just see it for what it really is. Now obviously I'm taking the liberty a lot, because I see through my analysis a lot of things. So for me, as I mentioned very briefly, and I'll quickly go over this briefly, as I mentioned in the Smart Talk, there's accumulation, there's a liquidity building up under here. There's a nice liquidity pool here. We have some imbalances down here, and obviously this reversal, is showing that price is stabilizing at this level, and we could see some more downside, but the opportunity is a simple one. If price starts to come lower, and I believe that this area is going to hold, then that's a great opportunity for me to accumulate more CHSB tokens from around about 90 all the way down to 70. This is a nice range to be thinking about. This is a great opportunity, and I'm thinking forward thinking now, and obviously this is just for kind of hypothetical educational purposes and so on. But that would be a nice, opportunistic view of CHSB as it stands right now. If price were to continue going to the upside, and we started to hit the 120s, 130s, and 140s, I would start to reassess and start to figure out, okay, where's the next opportunity for me to accumulate more CHSB? There's that word again, because I'm looking to accumulate CHSB. I'm not looking to offload for a profit. I'm not looking to make money on CHSB in terms of physically holding it at said price, and as it goes up, my value is increasing and I'm making the difference. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in what the token can do in the future, and this is why I'm trying to accumulate as many CHSB tokens as I can. That's why when I look at these opportunities, I'm looking at them from the point of accumulation, not looking to sell at a higher price so I can make money and bank some profits. Okay, so I didn't really do much analysis on this. I did a lot of the analysis yesterday in the Smart Talk. I wanted to get this video out because it's important, and I did say I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't have time. I did actually record a video, and then I deleted it because I wasn't really happy with the way it came out. But with all of that said, I think there's some nice nuggets in here for you to kind of take away. And I hope it helps as always, and I'll just quickly throw in again, subscribe to the channel. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Give the video a thumbs up, I'm going to keep doing that every now and then now, just trying to be a little bit cheeky. But I really want the channel to grow, as I said. I think it's going to be very interesting when we start to hit 1,000 and 2,000 subscribers, because we reach a larger audience and we get more feedback, which is the only thing I really care about. You know, I want feedback from people so I know what they want to see, how they want to see it, you know, and whether or not the videos that I'm posting actually help. I know through the through the Swissborg community that I'm helping, because I get feedback from the community through the Discord chat. But there's many other people that watch the videos. I was checking the analytics the other day, and I get quite a lot of traffic from, you know, a lot of different places in the world. And I was quite surprised to actually see there's a lot of people in Australia and in the US, you know, that watch my videos, which is great, you know. So I like feedback. I like comments in the comments section. I like people giving me negative or positive feedback, because then it allows me to engage and kind of understand what people think, what they want to see, their views, their opinions, because we're all kind of interconnected in this crypto space, trying to make the best of it. Because let's be frank, we're all here to make our, you know, portfolios grow, you know, and to hopefully make our futures better. So with all of that said, you know, I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening as always. You know, I'm in all the usual places, the Discord chat. You can find me obviously on you know, YouTube, any of the videos. If you want to contact me, just make a comment. You know, and I look forward to obviously chatting with you guys very soon. I will be posting some new content at some point regarding the Understanding Language of Price course. I've decided that I'm just going to be jumping over to Patreon and reactivating that, and I will sort of put more details out on that soon. It will be happening in the next sort of couple of weeks. I just need to make sure that all of the previous content that's on the Patreon site is either deleted or not available, because there's tons and tons and tons of videos on there. It's all Forex related when I used to have Patreon activated before. And although there's a lot of nuggets and a lot of great information in there, you know, it's mainly trading and me going through lots of different trading strategies and things that I use, you know, in the Forex market. And unless you are actually going through that process with me at the time, it's not really going to be of any benefit to anybody really. So I want to kind of clean all of that up, and then, you know, put a nice introduction video on the main page, get it all set up nicely, and then we can kind of take it from there. So, you know, just keep an eye out for that. I'll keep everybody posted, because there's a lot of content that I want to post, but I want to post it in an area or a place, you know, where it means more to me and it means more to the community. So with all that said, guys, have a great evening. I hope everyone's having a fantastic one, and I will catch up with you guys very soon. Take care.